Insecurity in Nigeria. Ganduje reveals two types of herdsmen causing problem in Nigeria. So is he going to confess now? Because throughout the time of Buhari as president of Nigeria, nobody mentioned this herdsmen issue from the north. They were all playing to the gallery and, kept mute. Former governor of Kano State, now the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, has revealed the four types of herdsmen operating in Nigeria. So there's even four, not two. Ganduje spoke during a meeting with President Bola Tinubu and the security chiefs at the presidential villa Abuja on Thursday. And the former Kano chief executive explained that the herdsmen causing trouble are those from outside the country and the ones who move not from north to south. According to him, you are all aware that there are four types of herdsmen: the ones that are settled at home and have their livestock around their homes and create no problem whatsoever. The another one, herdsmen moving from the northern part of this country to the central part of Nigeria and the southern part of Nigeria, creating problems along the routes and the other along the routes. And the other one is transhuman herdsmen coming from West Africa down to northern Nigeria, down to the middle belt and down to the south part of Nigeria, creating a lot of problems down the road. Then the fourth one are herdsmen who have settled among certain ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. So because in the yesteryears, it was a symbiotic relationship between herdsmen and farmers. Herdsmen provide manures for the farmers and the farmers provide grazing area for the herdsmen. So that is what Ganduje is saying now, that there are four types of herdsmen. There are some that are domestic. Those are the ones that have settled around their homes and they graze their cattle around their homes in the north and don't have problem with that. The second group are the real people, Nigerian herdsmen that move from north to the middle belt and to the south. So those ones cause problem along the way. And the third group are the ones he's calling transhuman. Those ones are the ones that came from other parts of West Africa. They are not Nigerians. And then they came into the north. From north, they start spreading themselves to the middle belt and to the south. Those ones are also creating problems along the way. And then lastly are those ones that have settled among communities and shared symbiotic lifestyle with the host communities. Those ones have lived together without problem. They give manure to the communities for the agriculture, while in turn the community give them areas for grazing, and they have lived together. So the real ones now are the nomad. The one causing problem in Nigeria are the two types: the nomads, the Nigerian nomads that move from north to south, and then the non-Nigerian nomads that came into Nigeria and then move from north to south as well. So those are the two groups causing problem in Nigeria. So how do we identify them? What are we not doing to get them off the way? That is the question. If not, I've taken time to explain and to identify them. So what can be done to identify them? I know that both Ogun State and Ondo State have been crying how people are invading the southwest of Nigeria through the Nigerian borders there, but nobody has said anything to them. Meanwhile, the problem is still there as well. Okay. Now they say the Nigerians are the brothers of the north. Meanwhile, but that is where we've had the most wicked herdsmen crossing from Mali and Niger into Nigeria. And he did not say now that they have imported some people to use them as political thugs. Now they can't use them anymore. Now they have those who are out of control and also on rampage. What about the ones that Buhari imported when in 2015, when he thought that Jonathan will not hand over government to him? Nobody said about that. It's not a bunch of problems to Nigeria. Okay, so there are a few comments from a few individuals here. Someone saying our leaders know our problems and are keeping quiet. You know the set of herdsmen causing problems. Even the foreigners and you, APC government, were giving them visa on arrival because you have something to explain to the poor. Eh? Now, wow. God will judge every wickedness of man. So it's a visa to herdsmen. What are you saying? Those herdsmen coming from other West African countries have no idea of boundaries between countries. They go through bushes and forests connecting countries. Don't mind him, he is from inside the deep forest. Can you imagine? So say, why did he say this when he was governor? Or he just starting now? Abi? When he was governor under Buhari, why didn't he say it? Why did they themselves in the north call Buhari and say, look at our problem, let's fix it? He said it when he was a governor. Do your research. Also, he was one of the northern governors that managed security and herdsmen issues perfectly. So for them, herdsmen will not be a problem because it's them. It's only the Boko Haram and the ISWAP that is the biggest problem in the north. And they didn't even operate in Kano and Kano per se. They went out to Borno State. That's where and then Chad. So he was the only northern governor that made genuine attempt to provide solution by asking the herdsmen causing problem in the south, to relocate with their head to Kano, that he has enough land to accommodate them. But you all know that the federal government then behind the headers, that is why his effort didn't make a result. You are right, sir, Mr. Chairman, but what will be the solution to those problems? Because our people are dying of innocence. Nigerians are dying in the bush. So why is he saying it now? That's the thing. The transhuman movement of the international headers is supported by the United Nations Protocol. The protocol needs to be amended accordingly. What United Nations Protocol are you talking about? That you will not respect international boundaries and get visa where necessary? That international protocol is fake and is unrealistic. Who told you he will proffer solution? But to sensitize to know that the herdsmen terrorists have not forgotten their main agenda. He has, as usual with their threats, to cunningly tell Nigerians that they are coming. So Nnamdi Kanu was always right in all his findings. Exactly. What do you bring Nnamdi Kanu into this discussion now? If they call you a tribal bigot, you go begin verse. Go get some sense. Can you imagine? That terrorist called Nnamdi Kanu is same with Boko Haram and bandits. Who told you? Do you have answer to that? Other 250 tribes are cowards. Stand up and fight or send them back where they came from. Exactly. Let them send them back. Exactly my point. El-Rufai and Dambazao, who imported them, should now export them back because they are not part of Nigerian projects, but for those who imported them. They have a reason for importing them and they should take them back. So that is what is happening. That's what Ganduje is saying. He has just explained the major herdsmen that are causing problems in Nigeria.